Okay, blackbirds and foxes. As you know, our topic is the Egyptians. So we are going to start reading this book called The Cat Mummy, and it is by Jacqueline Wilson. So I'm going to start reading the first chapter, and then some of our other teachers in school are going to read the next few chapters, and we're going to upload it every week so that everybody can enjoy this book together. So, The Cat Mummy. Chapter 1. Mabel. Do you have any pets? My best friend Sophie had 4 kittens called Sporty, Scary, Baby and Posh. My second best friend Laura has a golden Labrador dog called Dustbin. My sort of boyfriend Aaron has got a dog too, a black mongrel called Licorice Allsorts, though he gets called Licky for short. My worst enemy, Moira, has got a boa constrictor snake called Crusher. Well, she says she has. I've never been to her house, so I don't know. She might be telling fibs. I think Sophie is ever so lucky. I love going round to her house to play with her kittens. They're so sweet, the way they scamper around everywhere. Sophie's mum gets cross sometimes because they knock things over, and they've pulled off all the curtains. But the kittens don't care a bit when she wags her finger at them. The only thing they're the slightest bit frightened of is a little clockwork frog. They used to run away from it, but now Scary's getting quite bold and stretches out a paw to try and catch it. I could play with Sophie's kittens all day long. I've been to tea at Laura's house too and made friends with Dustbin. He's a cream dog with big, dark, shiny eyes, and if you hold out your hand, he'll shake paws with you. Ruby does that too. I know exactly why he's called Dustbin. He eats all the time. He's meant to be on a diet, as he's getting very plump, but he's forever on the scrounge, especially likes crisps. He even licks them out of the bag. Aaron's dog, Licky, is great at licking too. Aaron takes Licky up to the park after school. My gran and Aaron's mum sit on the bench and have a good gossip and play with Aaron's little sister Amy, and we take Licky for a run. Then we go on the roundabout and Licky sits on Aaron's lap and barks like crazy because he's having so much fun. Then sometimes, if we nag and plead enough, my gran or Aaron's mum will buy us a whippy ice cream from the van at the park gate. Aaron always shares his ice cream with Licky. It's not really fair on Aaron, so I tried sharing my cone with Licky too, but Gran stopped me. She whispered that I mustn't because of dog germs. My Gran has a bit of a germ fixation. She's not very keen on pets, apart from Mabel. I don't know what she'd make of Moira's pet snake, Crusher. I don't know what I'd make of Crusher, really. I'm not that keen on snakes, actually. Moira sits behind me at school, and today she leant forward and shot out her arm and wrapped it around my neck and whispered, "Watch out, Verity, here comes Crusher." I knew it was only Moira, and I'm pretty certain Crusher doesn't even exist, but I still screamed, "Ah!" Everyone giggled. Moira practically wet herself laughing. Miss Smith didn't tell me off for screaming. She didn't tell Moira off either. She just raised her lovely black eyebrows and said, "Settle down, girls." I love Miss Smith. She's a new teacher, the nicest we've ever had. I hate Moira. If there really is a Crusher, I hope he wakes up one morning and takes a good look at Moira's beady eyes and twitchy nose and mistakes her for her giant mouse and gobbles her up. I certainly wouldn't want a snake pet myself, but at least it would be something exciting to boast about, I suppose. I have a pet. She is a tabby cat called Mabel. I love her dearly. She is very, very, very boring. She doesn't do anything. She just sleeps. Sometimes I leave her curled up on my bed when I go to school, and when I come home, she's still there, in exactly the same position. She doesn't go out at night and run around having wild encounters with big bad tomcats anymore. Not my Mabel. She stays indoors, dozes all evening, and then sleeps all night, back on my bed. She likes to lie at my feet, like a living hot water bottle. She's about as playful as a hot water bottle too. I can't believe she was ever a cute little kitten like Sporty, Scary Baby or Posh. You could run a clockwork frog right over Mabel and she wouldn't even notice. She's never stalked or killed anything in her life. She doesn't know that's the way cats are supposed to hunt for food. She is happy to amble into the kitchen and wait for Gran to open up her tin of whiskers. It's the only exercise she has all day. Gran says I've got to remember Mabel is very, very old. Mabel has been very, very old since I can remember. She was my mum's cat. I haven't got a mum. She died the day that I was born. That's almost all I know. Gran still can't talk about Mum without her eyes going all watery. Even Grandad cries sometimes, so I don't talk about it because I don't want to upset them. I've got a dad, but I don't see him all that often because he's left for work before I get up and nearly always still at work when I go to bed. I once heard Gran say my